Hi, VPC Network. Today, I would like to talking about the cloud idea, how to understand the cloud. I know there is a lot of tutorials about the cloud and like software as a services, infrastructure as a services, and all those stuff. But let me start with you from the very beginner point here to understand the cloud. Then after that, we go step by step. In the last time for the cloud, in the last time, we don't have any concept for a cloud. We have only the concept for the server in the last time. So if you remember in the old time, when the internet is come up, so only one server here and very simple access from the internet to that server, one server. So the requests to that server, they needed information here or need to share picture or need comments or whatever. So the request here is very, very increased. So that's why one server is not enough. So we need more than one server. But wait a minute. The server included what? They needed what? Of course, the server need the CPU and they need a RAM and they need as well hard disk, let's say HD. Okay, and even they need a network, which is that one. So those they call resource. Okay. So each server they need a lot of resource, as you say here in the last time. So we spend a lot of physical server in the last time. So the virtualization environment is came at that time. Then make it all the server. We can make it in one server, big server, and many virtual server on it. VM they call virtual server. So the request now is coming to the virtual server, and this virtual server right now in one physical server. This is they call physical server. They call host, they call bare metal or whatever. So the virtualization is help as a lot in the server side. Also VM or the virtualization is help as in the network as well. Anyway, so now the server, as you can see here, more servers needed now with the internet. You can imagine now one server or one services in the last time they need around 10 server, but right now one services or the big enterprise company they need around 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 server, a lot of server. Those server they call server. Maybe I can write it down here. Server farm. Okay, so we have some new concept they call server farm. Good. The request for those server in the last time is coming from internet and go to one server. That's why we need some devices here they call load balance. So the load balance here, load balance device, receive the traffic from the internet from the user and deploy to so many server here in the server form. So we have a new device they call load balance now, LB. Remember this one, load balance device. Okay, so the main traffic in the last time always from north to south, from up to bottom. We don't have many traffic here. We don't have many traffic between server and the last time. Okay, but right now with our many services, with many application, we have here a traffic east to west. So we have a traffic right here as well. So means we need a load balance as well here, LB, for example, okay. So as you can see in the last time we have a simple idea about server. Now the servers come up with the VM and the application in those server, and those server traffic in the last time from north to south, south to north, but right now east west, west to east traffic. And also we have something they call load balance, which is distribution or deploy the incoming traffic to those server. Good. So we have another concept here. The traffic now, we say traffic, right? So when we say traffic, so consider what? Consider a network. So means here in the blue line, and here as well in the blue line here, okay, and here as well. This is all considered network, right? So we have a network as well in our old idea for the data center and becoming new right now. So we have a network, we have a load balance, we have a server, we have a resource here, and RAM, CPU, and hard disk. And also we have a traffic flow. Just now we're talking about east, west, north to south, all those stuff. Now, all those stuff for what? For application. All those stuff need to give the application to that user. The user sit down here and goes to wherever, and the result need this application is work perfectly to that user. Okay, so now we have to understand we have our application, and this application should be go and work in the server under resources, CPU, RAM, hard disk, and through that server should be your services is perfect through your network and through load balance. If you put it the security perspective here, of course the firewall will be come up here. We need a firewall here as well. We need a firewall here for security as well. We need the authentication, we need the Active Directory, we need all those stuff. So the security part is come up here as well. Okay, now we can go to this picture, which is represent a new style of DC or data center here, which is the big part of cloud as a result. We can see here, this is the server side, and we can see maybe Cisco UCS Unified Computing System, maybe Dell, maybe IBM, whatever type of server. And inside those server, they have a resource which is they call CPU and RAM, and as well CPU and RAM and hard disk. Usually they don't put it hard disk on it. They have another part in the networking or in the data center they call storage. So the storage actually is help us to put it our storage servers. Most of the servers right now, actually all the server right now, it is have storage, which is the external storage or external hard disk can access, the server can access to this storage through the network. Which type of access? Fiber channel over Ethernet, FCOE, or fiber channel, or whatever. So we have server, we have resource inside the server, and also we have storage. We have storage in this part as well. How about those devices? This is load balance. This is the load balance here in front of you. How about the blue color here? This is the network. This is the network needed. And the traffic may be coming in from up to bottom, and again the most of the traffic right now from east to west. East to west is most of the traffic right now in data center. Okay, now we have a big question here. All this data center in front of you need to do or need to run what? Need to run the application. Need to run the application. Perfect. And this application, what do you mean application? What is mean the word of application? We can find what the meaning for application in the next class. But for this class, we know the hardware we can say, or the physical part for cloud, it is many data center. Mean in front of you, this is one data center. If I have one data center here in this area, and they have another DC here, if I have another DC here, another DC here, another DC here, if work together to services my application, this is become cloud. This is become cloud. Now, this is the physical part we can say, and this is actually in the cloud they call infrastructure as a services. This is the infrastructure or the physical part for the cloud. We have in the cloud, or we should have in the cloud, network, resources for the server, load balance. We have as well storage. We have as well firewall. We have a load balance. We have many things related to the DC should be included in the cloud. All together will be coming or will become a cloud. Will become a cloud. All this one for what? For the application. What the meaning application? We will see the type or what the meaning or what the really meaning about the application in the next class.